double album had been in the back of my mind, but you wanted to make sure that you had enough for just a single album. So actually we were ran into surplus of it with Physical Graffiti, so that was really good. It was then the opportunity to be able to present an almost immediate retrospect. It goes back to the fourth album, and there's 3 tracks that were recorded on the time of the original sessions at Headley Grange for the fourth album, and those tracks are Boogie with Stu, Night Flight and Down by the Seaside. And all of those tracks then get revisited to come out some 2 or 3 years later, but they're in on this whole Physical Graffiti compilation, if you like, of everything. As we say, there were those other tracks, and there's an instrumental called Bron Noir that gets worked on as far as the recording and I start putting some tricks on it to make it into a guitar instrumental, but with an interesting sound structure to it. It's going from something like that, just an acoustic guitar, through to the sort of depth of Kashmir.
Here's Robert Plant on working on Boogie with Stu with John Bonham and Jimmy after they had recorded it.
How we're all playing the tambourines, boop, boop, bop, boop. We were doing it as an overdub, and I think there were he, myself, and Jimmy. So we did that phrasing on the end, which fell to bits. We were just playing it straight all the way through, just banging the tambourine, because the whole Eddie Cochran thing of Summertime Blues and Come On Everybody never having a drum kit on, and yet sounding far more meaningful, if you like, more dramatic, more rock and roll, and so many tracks with a drum kit right up on the front of everything. It sounded really good, and the end just fell to pieces as normal. Everything always fell to pieces at the end. Yeah.
What Boogie with Stu is about Ian Stewart coming at the time of the fourth album to Headley Grange. This is when we were fresh in there. He was responsible for making sure the Rolling Stones mobile truck was in situ, and plus we knew each other from ages back. And he came along and started playing this unplayable piano that was it was like an old baby grand, and it was almost impossible to play. I think John Paul Jones sort of sounded it, hoping it was going to sound like a concert grand, and it just sounded like something that was dusty, hadn't been tuned maybe for 2 decades, and so, you forgot about the piano, except when Stu came, who was a master pianist, and he was probably used to playing the worst pianos, maybe even worse than that. I wouldn't want to think that he had to play a piano worse than that. But, it really needed a bit of TLC, this piano, but Stu just sat at it and started playing this just absolute marvellous stuff, and I said, we've got to do it. We've just got to do it now. The pitch of this piano was of a pitch of its own, and I tuned my guitar into that sort of overall pitch, a mean average, and we just did it. And the bottom line of it is, it's a group having fun and really enjoying ourselves, and we could do that because what were we doing there? Yeah, we were recording. This is on the fourth album even, but we're recording and we're having a great time. We're not having to do singles and worry about that, or having an A&R man flapping around, flapping his wings. No, you could just do exactly what you had to do, which is make the music.